Hello, my loves. I'm sorry for the delay in recording and everything. If you follow me on social media, I have put out a couple of notices. My father's been really unwell, so that's why I've been absent. Anyway, let's crack on. This is the state of my nails. I'm ashamed, but I have just moved the office to another room and I've just trashed my hands, basically. They've been sore, so I couldn't do anything anyway, even if I had have had the time. But now they're not sore. They're just disgusting, and we are going to fix them. I'd also like to say, my son Jordan asked me to create a nail design for Pride Month, but he wanted me to do the trans flag. Now, he also asked me to dedicate this set to him, which is an absolute honour, and I'm just going to tell you a quick little story before I get started. Jordan wasn't always Jordan. Jordan was actually born Rebecca, and from a very young age expressed that he was in the wrong body. Now, as parents, we decided that we would let him be who he wanted to be, wear what he wanted to wear, and he would find himself in time. He hit some difficult teenage years, as they all do when puberty hits, but Jordan suddenly started realising that he wasn't Rebecca. He started wanting to make changes in his appearance, having his hair cut shorter, wearing more boyish clothes, and as he got older, he asked to change his name and his official gender. Jordan has gone through so much judgment and stigma from other people. At a young age, he was attacked. He was just a teenager and received death threats from a grown adult that had never met him. Face-to-face death threats. That man was put in jail for 3 months. But this sort of thing has to stop. So, this is the picture he finally wanted me to show you. This is my son, Jordan. And as we are sat waiting for his private hormone therapy, we couldn't be prouder of the young man he's become. Now, Jordan's lucky he's had support from the entire family. Not everyone has someone to turn to. So, whether this affects you, a family member or a friend, I've just put some information up for organisations that can help, give advice and give support. Please, if you know someone that needs this or if you need this, then please use these resources. Let's get on with the video. So, yes, my nails are absolutely battered. I'm first just going to trim off this excess because it's unnecessary. It's just making it feel weird, quite frankly. Like when you break half a nail, it just feels silly. It just doesn't feel right. But I've walked around like this all week because, oh, look at my ridiculous C curve. They're so tight, my nails curl in. They curl in and it's very uncomfortable. Which is why I don't grow my natural nails, because it annoys me. So yeah, I'm just going to trim them, get them all trimmed up nice. And then we're going to get on with some prep work. So the first tool I'm going to use is our Alina Cuticle pusher. It's double-ended, so it's got a slightly wider end one side, which you can also use for pedicures, and then you've got the slightly smaller the other side. It's nice and gentle. We're just going to push back the cuticles and job done. Once that's done, I'm going to use my Alina Crystal scraping tool. So one end is tapered down to a sharp edge. It's not sharp enough to damage the surface of the nail plate, but it will remove any rubbish. And then you've got a blunted rounded end as well if you'd rather use this. Now this is just my favourite tool for prep. If I could have I'd have to have two. If there was 2 tools I couldn't go without, it would be a cuticle pusher and a scraper. Because there's no way your nails are going to stay otherwise, is there? There's no way. They're not going to stay on. Look at what this removes. This is the stuff you don't see with the naked eye. Now, if you're not too good at your prep, I'm not going to go through everything in detail on here because I do a prep course and it is using hand tools. And I think it's unfair of me to go into loads and loads of detail if I am also teaching this. So I'm just going to quickly show you what I do. And if you need more detailed training, then I suggest you actually like take a course, and it'll be way more useful than just a YouTube video. These are just here for entertainment purposes only, honey.
Bathing in the light that you share, you're like the sun. Who am I to think how it be if you were mine? I've been walking with my shades on for so long, I can't seem to get them back on. 'Cause ooh, how I fell in love, couldn't see it coming, blasting my stereo. I can feel it coming, you on my radio. All I'm hearing is a song. Drowning in your words from the stories that you carry. I would never judge, don't you ever say you're sorry. I don't mind if you don't mind it, sharing all your secrets with me.
Now, because my nails have been untouched for so long, I am whipping out the e-file because honestly, they are in such dire condition. I just need a bit of help pushing those cuticles like up and over. So I'm using my Melodysusie 2-in-1 nail lamp and e-file. It's just easy. It just stays on the desk all the time. So I'm only very quickly whizzing over, to be honest, and that's just to kind of give myself a hand at just pushing that tissue away from the surface of the nail. I've already removed it, I've already lifted it, but I want it up and away. And then I use the bally bit just to get, some of the bits will just go. This will just massage them away. Then if there is anything left, I can come in and dispose of that with the nippers. Sorry about the noisy people driving past. So I'm going to take my nice soft unicorn brush. This one's Ollie, named after Oliver, obviously. They're all available on the Alina Crystal's website. And I'm going to use my Alina Crystal's nippers. Now, these have got a really fine point. They are very, very small and nifty. Super sharp, so be careful. But I'm just going to use them. And the reason I like them small is because I just feel, for me, if I've got a pair of cuticle nippers with a large blade, I ain't going anywhere with that. It's just going to be clumsy and awkward. You want it nice and easy. Now, these cut through this tissue like butter, so be careful. Know what you're doing. As you can see, I'm literally just touching it as I go. Just touch, and then it'll just come off. Just touch. You really don't need to yank or pull or tear. Oh my God. No, none of that. You do not need to do that. Just give them a little squeeze and it'll do the job. You can buy the tools as one set, or you can save money. Oh my goodness. Let me get my teeth in. You can buy the tools individually, or you can save money if you buy them as a set. Does that make sense? I hope it does. See what I mean? You just touch, off it comes. Look at all that. And that's just because these nails have been neglected for so long. I haven't looked after my hands. Do you know what I mean? I haven't taken care of any of it. So that's the whole reason they're this gnarly. But these nippers are just the bomb. They make it so quick and easy.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah.
Then I will just whiz around with the cuticle pusher one more time, push it back out the way, check everything's done, and we are ready. Now, I sculpted my tips, and I didn't show that purely because I have a course all on sculpting. So I've sculpted before on videos, and I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to sculpt the base off camera, get that done. I'm going to be putting out a new sculpting course for acrylic and hard gel, because since I've done my last sculpting course, I've learned more. My skills have changed. So I think it's only right that I update the course as well. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just showing you quickly how I just buff over the nail with a 180 grit file. I'm not applying pressure. There is a bit of old product on there, stuff that was hanging around, which is why it's a bit more dusty, but that's it. And then I'll just use my ollie brush because it's nice and soft and it likes to attract the dust to the bristles. There we go. So I'll do that to all the nails. And they look like this. Ready to apply forms, get on and sculpt. And there they are, sculpted. So the base is sculpted, and I've also applied my French smile line beads to each nail. I'm just going to show you how I've done that. So I've sculpted this using the Euphoria Nail Systems Crystal Clear Acrylic, and I'm now going in with Signature, which is a nude. And I'm just going to build up the smile line there. I'm just going to use my brush to tap it into place. I went a bit far down, so I've got to nudge it back up. And just keep adapting it and adjusting it until it is where it needs to be. Now, I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but I've got a smile line course, so I'm not... This is what happens, right? When you educate and you do YouTube, you have to get that happy medium between keeping you guys informed and giving you information, but also being fair to a student. I'm not going to turn around and show you what I teach in a class. That's just wrong. It's not fair on the people who have paid to access that information, in my opinion. So, you know, don't hate, but I'll give you some tips and tricks, but I've got to keep something up my sleeve for my courses. Otherwise, what's going to happen? They'd be boring. I'm adding my second bead, tap in the back, bring it into the first bead, and we'll just keep building that wall.
Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule?
So once that's all done, I'm going to take my file and file it in. Quick tip here, when you're filing, you need to keep your file moving in a curved way. See how I'm just demoing there? Just the way you've got to go curved like that, and then curved round from the other side. You pull your skin back, you curve that file round. You don't want to be filing flat like that, because you won't get a nice almond-shaped smile line. You'll end up with like a weird-shaped smile line. So take your file and have it constantly kind of moving around towards the tip of the almond and then back. It's like a seesaw motion. I hope that makes sense.
Choice I have now. I just wanna get it right with you. But if we try to talk about it, our history says we'll just argue. And I know you're gonna act a fool, and then no one could tell the difference between me and you, babe. Watching from a distance, hiding these feelings.
I then just take my file over the top and just kind of like file them down a little bit, even them out, just, you know, do what needs to be done.
Need some air somewhere else to go to relax. been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our life.
I then went and washed my hands, came back, and I've done the thumbnail off camera because I'm going to do all the others. I used baby blue for the thumb from Euphoria Nail Systems. I'm also going to be using Lotus Petals, and that's going to go on the index finger because we're doing the trans flag, which is blue, pink, white, pink, blue. So Lotus Petals, it has this kind of pinky purpley tone to it, which is really, really pretty. So I'm just going to go up and over the smile line to make sure that colour is really tucked in there. Now, these aren't strength powders, so I will encapsulate, but I'll show you a bit more about that later. And I'm just going to make sure I go right up into the wings. The product is easy to control, so I've got my ratio right, and I'm making sure every little bit is filled. It really helps if you have a good quality pigmented powder for this because you don't need to build up the bulk. You just want the colour. The structure comes from the clear when you encapsulate. So there we go. I'm just making sure I've gone right up into the wings. Applied a little bit too much, but that's no bother. It just comes off as you go. And you'll see I turn my hands a lot because I'm looking at it from different angles. It's a lot harder doing your own than it is someone else's. So I'm looking at it from all different angles, just making sure, you know, is it going too wide? On to the next nail, and I'm using Snow, which is a core powder. So it's a strength powder, so I do not need to encapsulate. I can build this whole thing up with Snow. And I'll tell you, I've had quite a few different white acrylics. This one does not discolour. I'm looking at them now on my hands. It's not discoloured. There's nothing more disheartening than if you do a French and it's crisp and gorgeous and you look down and you're like, hang on a minute, 10 minutes ago that was white and now it's kind of off-white. What is that about? Like, I am not okay with that. That's not what I want, and I certainly wouldn't want to send a client home only to get a message saying, hello, my white acrylic isn't white. Ooh, tricky. So as you can see, I'm just applying plenty of product, but also trying to retain that shaping that I've got in. Although it's not perfect yet, I'm trying to keep my filing down to a minimum because that's what will mess your hands up in your career. I always used to say, doesn't matter, you can fix it with a file. That's so true. But if you keep doing that over and over, day in, day out, you will hurt your joints in your hands, wrists, shoulders. So if you can learn to craft with your brush and do less filing, you will save yourself a lot of pain later on. Even though you might like be young now and starting out in your career and thinking, I could do this all day, there will come a point when you can't and you will be sad about it. So take it from an old fogey like me. Just take care of your joints in your hands, your wrist, elbows, shoulder, neck. Oh my God, I could go on for days, but you get the gist.
You know that I want to be good for you. You know that I want to be good for you, I do. But sometimes someone was bad for me. Sometimes someone was bad, oh can't you see? I'm just being weak. I think you know that I care for you. I think you know that I care for you, I do. But sometimes I can't be there for me. Sometimes I can't be there, baby, can't you see that I'm just being me? Sometimes we're just colliding and we keep on fighting, but we'll be okay, 'cause we got unconditional love. Sometimes we're just crying, but we'll keep on trying.
So I have filed the thumb just to show you quickly, just de-dust it. Give it a little wipe over with some isopropyl alcohol just to remove any little bits of dust or anything like that. But it still has to be encapsulated because it's not a strength powder. Just the tip, the rest of it's fine. So I'm going to apply a little bit of clear acrylic. I will brush over the nail first. You can see it's wet. I've just taken some monomer on my brush and just glide it over the nail, and then I'm just going to add some clear pull that bead back and then walk it down the nail. I don't need to build loads of structure. The majority of it's already done, but I am encapsulating this colour.
Sometimes I need you strong for me. Sometimes I need you strong when I'm on my knees. Oh baby, please.
There's two ways you can file in a smile line. You can do it by hand. This particular nail system is nice and soft to file, so it's relatively easy. You'll see I'm doing it here in real time. Or you can use an e-file. It's up to you. If you're using a system that's a bit harder to file, it would be exhausting to do it by hand on a whole set of French. Like, who wants to do that? Nobody. But if you have to, you have to. I'm just going to take a medium grit bit on my e-file. It's got a flat top. And I'm just going to finish this off like that because my hands are not good enough for a complete hand filing jobby.
We meant to be. You don't question my love, you know it's there. And even if we don't agree, you know I care. Cause baby, you and me, we meant to be. It's you and me, unconditional love. You and me, unconditional love. Sometimes we just colliding and we keep on fighting, but we'll be okay, cause we got unconditional love. Sometimes we just crying, but we'll keep on trying. I know we'll be okay, cause we got unconditional love. It's so much harder now to reach you. Your heart is floating in the sky. We known each other for so long. We know our love like an old song. Sing along one more time. It's so much harder now to please you. Your smile is fading with the rain. And we known each other for so long, and I know you struggle to stay strong. Sing along with me again. When storms are rolling in to make this hard to last, let us light 'em up, light 'em up. Let us light 'em up, light 'em up. If we start remembering bad memories of the past, let us light 'em up, light 'em up. Let us light 'em up, light 'em up. Oh. Let us light 'em up.
As if by magic, the fairies came in and my nails have been filed. Dring, cue magical music. But of course, we know that life is better with bling. So I'm going to whip out some Alina crystals. Oh! I'm going in with the blue opals first. These speak to my soul. They absolutely are gorgeous. Then I'm going to be using pink Gin Shimmer. They tickle my tummy. They're just gorgeous. And then I'm also going to grab my other storage box, of which I have just restocked these. You can have it in black or gold. You can have Alina, Life is Better with Bling. You can have hashtag Team Alina. You can have your name on it. Let me know when you order what you would like. The boxes do not come with the crystals, obviously. But I've just done a restock. I will get them back up on the website. And I'm going to use the white opals that were in there. And I'm just going to do a crystal cuff on each nail. That's it. It's very simple. It's very basic. I understand how intimidating it can be when you really want to use crystals on nails and you try and it doesn't work, and you try again and there's a problem, and you try on someone else and they tell you it's fallen off. And I know it's disheartening, and I know it's scary trying new designs because you don't know how it's going to look. You're not quite sure what to put with what. There's no rule. Just thought I'd let you know. There's no rule in creativity. But I do courses in crystal placement, and they're not expensive, but they just give you all the tools, encouragement and support that you need to apply beautiful crystal designs. I'll tell you a little story while you watch this. One of my ambassadors, Michelle Moon Nails, you may have seen her work. It is phenomenal. When her and I first got talking, we kind of knew each other from the nail circuit, but she came to me once and asked advice about crystals. she said, I can't get them to do anything. I can't do anything. I'm just rubbish and I want to use them and I can't. And I said, hold fire. I'm releasing a crystal course in the next couple of weeks. Would you consider doing it? And she said, absolutely. And she said, I promise you, if you can get me to stick a crystal on a bloody nail, you're a miracle worker. Well, that's what happened. And she now creates the most exquisite crystal designs. And that's not down to me. That's down to her learning the correct method and then unlocking her potential, having the confidence and the support to say, you can do this, you've got this. And if you're worried about it, just ask me and I'll help. But now there's no stopping her. She just did my recent course. And it's like, I was like, you want to do this course? She's like, yeah, I want to do it. And I'm thinking, I don't think you need it. She's like, no, I want to do it. And her work is amazing. So if you don't worry about how you feel right now, if you feel like, oh God, there's just no way, oh, I really want to do it, oh, I just can't. It's not even an expensive course. It's just the fact that sometimes we all need a little bit of guidance. I did courses. I trained with Swarovski. I did courses when I worked with Angel Crystals when they were going. And I learned so much from other artists. So never be afraid to learn. It unlocks your potential. Look at that. The crystal cuffs are there. Very simple, very sparkly. I'm going in with Euphoria Nail Systems No Wipe top coat. It's super glossy and shiny and beautiful. And I will just seal in the crystals. I feel like I've just blah, 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 like that. But it's been a while since I've seen you guys. And I just, I've been so just out of it with the stress of this last week. I couldn't function at all. I was just up and down from hospital and looking after my mum and stuff. So apologies again for that. But you know what life is like, real life, just, that's what comes first. So yeah, I will take the time and put links in the description box to the products used in today's video. I will also copy the link of the website where I got those references from for different charities you can contact if you need help, advice and support. Please don't be alone. Please reach out. And yeah, that's it really. I'll let you watch this little bit of tab coat.
I write to you in poetry with words left on the shelf. Full of dust, you'll know it's me and from nobody else. Grab your seat at the fantasy parade. What I see is all inside my head. I come to you and hopefully I can contain myself. Pulsing blood that flows through me and wants nobody else.
I thought I'd just come in and let you know that this gel is a 60-second cure. I just thought I'd let you know that. And then here's the final set. I just put some cuticle oil on and there we go. I think they're beautiful. I think it's a lovely way to show support for my son. He said to me, don't do basic. All right, Mum? I don't want no basic nails. He was like, I want bougie. Well, and I showed him these and he loves them. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Tally bye.